Today, we're stepping into one of the most intriguing conversations in the photography world, the whispers about a new Canon camera, the possibility of the Canon EOS R4. It's not official. Canon hasn't announced it. And yet the rumors are loud enough and the speculation is detailed enough that it's impossible to ignore. But what exactly is the EOS R4 supposed to be? Why are photographers and filmmakers already debating it before it even exists? And where would it fit into Canon's already crowded mirrorless lineup? These are the questions we're going to unpack in detail. By the end, you'll understand not only what the rumors suggest, but also why this potential camera has sparked such curiosity, and why it could become one of Canon's most important releases, if it ever comes to life. Let's begin with context. Canon's mirrorless lineup today is built around two key models, the EOS R5 and the EOS R6. These cameras have been the backbone of Canon's full-frame mirrorless system. The R5 came first, shocking the industry with a 45-megapixel sensor and 8K video. At the time, no one expected Canon to go that bold. A camera that could capture insane detail in stills and also record video sharp enough for cinema screens. It was a technical marvel, but it also came with challenges. Heat management was one of the biggest. Extended 8K recording often led to overheating. And while firmware updates improved the situation, it left a small mark on Canon's reputation. The R6 was different. Instead of chasing headline-grabbing specs, Canon aimed it at speed and versatility. Lower resolution than the R5, but faster performance, better in low light, and more accessible in price. Many professionals loved it as a workhorse. It became the go-to for weddings, events, sports, and situations where capturing the moment was more important than having 45 megapixels to work with. Together, the R5 and R6 created a strong 1-2 punch. High resolution and cinema power on one side, speed and versatility on the other, which brings us to the rumored EOS R4. Where would it fit? From what's being whispered, the R4 would occupy the middle ground. More resolution than the R6, less than the R5, but balanced in a way that appeals to hybrid shooters, people who want strong stills and strong video without having to pay the highest price. Think of it as a bridge between detail and speed, a camera that doesn't go all the way to extremes but tries to give you the best of both. So what are the rumored specs? Reports suggest a sensor around 40 megapixels. That's a comfortable step up from the R6's 24, but still a bit below the R5's 45. This resolution would give photographers more detail to work with while keeping file sizes manageable. For video, the talk is even more exciting. Some rumors say the R4 could record 8K video at up to 60 frames per second. That would make it a serious tool for filmmakers, not just still photographers. And if it supports Canon Log 2 and Log 3, that means richer dynamic range, better color grading flexibility, and footage that professionals could push to cinematic quality. But resolution and video modes aren't the only things on the table. Autofocus performance is another big talking point. Insiders claim that R4 might debut with a new Digic processor, maybe something beyond the current Digic X, sometimes rumored as a Digic Plus. That could mean faster autofocus tracking, smarter subject recognition, and improved low-light clarity. Canon has already impressed with its animal eye tracking, human eye tracking, and vehicle detection in recent cameras. A new processor could take that even further, making the R4 incredibly reliable in challenging situations. Connectivity is also part of the rumor mill. Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.2, dual card slots. These features may sound like small details, but they matter. Faster wireless connections mean smoother transfers on the go. Dual card slots mean professionals can record backups instantly. And better. Wireless protocols mean smoother remote shooting experiences. If Canon wants to make the R4 stand out, these small professional touches will help. Then we get to the most interesting rumor of them all: thermal management. If you followed the R5's launch, you'll remember the noise around overheating. Many users were frustrated that they couldn't record long stretches of 8K video. Some said Canon had rushed the feature before solving the engineering challenge. So if the R4 really exists, a redesigned cooling system could be its ace card. Imagine a vapor chamber or heat pipe system, similar to what high-end gaming laptops use. That could allow longer, uninterrupted recording times without the dreaded overheating warning popping up. If Canon pulls that off, the R4 could instantly become the favorite of filmmakers who need both power and reliability. But where exactly would the R4 fit in Canon's strategy? That's a tricky question. Canon is careful with product positioning. The R6 is the speedster. The R5 is the high-resolution video monster. If the R4 is too close to the R5 in features, why wouldn't people just pay a bit more and get the flagship? If it's too close to the R6, why wouldn't people save money and get that instead? Canon would need to thread the needle carefully. Give the R4 its own identity. Make sure it has something unique that the R5 and R6 don't. Otherwise, it risks confusing buyers instead of strengthening the lineup. Pricing plays a big role here. The R6 Mark II sits in the mid-$2,000 range. The R5 hovers around $3,900 at launch, though discounts bring it lower now. If the R4 comes in at around $3,000 to $3,500, it has to justify that slot. At that price, people will expect more than just slightly tweaked specs. They'll want something that makes the R4 feel like a smart choice, not just a compromise. But there's another interesting layer: cultural considerations. Canon is based in Japan, and in Japanese culture, the number 4 is considered unlucky because it sounds similar to the word for death. Many companies avoid using the number 4 in product names for that reason. It's why some hotels skip the 4th floor. It's why some phone models skip directly from 3 to 5. Could that explain why we've never seen an R4 before? Maybe. It could even mean Canon chooses a different name if such a camera exists. Perhaps R3 Mark II or R5 Lite. The name is flexible. What matters is the product. Still, this lack of precedent fuels skepticism. Usually before a Canon launch, we see patent filings. We see certification leaks. We see insider images. With the R4, there's been none of that so far. No solid documents, no blurry factory photos, just speculation. That makes some experts wonder if the R4 is even real, or if it's just a fan-made fantasy. A camera people wish existed, rather than one actually in development. But here's the thing: the demand is very real. There is a gap in the market for a mid-tier hybrid camera, something that balances resolution, speed, video, and price. Nikon has its Z lineup. Sony has its A7 range. Canon, with its dominance, cannot afford to leave that middle slot unattended. The R5 is still expensive for many. The R6, while affordable, doesn't satisfy hybrid shooters who crave more resolution. That gap is exactly where the R4 could shine. Of course, if the R4 ever does come, it would need one disruptive feature to truly stand out. Something that grabs attention. It could be the new cooling system. It could be the balance of 40 megapixels with 8K 60. It could be pricing that undercuts the competition. Or it could be something entirely unexpected. Canon has been cautious in recent years, but every so often they surprise us. The original R5 was proof of that. Nobody expected Canon to deliver 8K at that price point, and yet, they did. So is the EOS R4 myth or future reality? The truth is, no one outside Canon knows. It might remain just a rumor forever, or it might quietly be in development right now, hidden behind the usual layers of secrecy. What we do know is that the photography community is hungry for it. Discussions online prove that. Photographers want a versatile hybrid powerhouse. Videographers want reliability without overheating. Buyers want something priced between the R6 and R5. All of that adds up to one thing: demand. And in the world of technology, demand often shapes reality. If enough people want a product, companies eventually create it, even if it's not called the R4. Even if Canon skips the number entirely. The concept of this middle ground mirrorless camera feels too logical, too needed, to never happen. So, whether the R4 is around the corner or just a legend, the conversation matters. It shows us where Canon could go. It shows us what photographers and filmmakers value. And it reminds us that even in an age of incremental upgrades, there's still room for a bold new step. Now that we've unpacked what the rumored Canon EOS R4 might be, let's take a step back. Let's look at the bigger picture. Because to understand the possibility of this camera, we also need to understand Canon's long-term strategy, the competition in the mirrorless market, and the pressures that could shape such a release. Canon is not new to this kind of speculation. Every time they prepare to launch something big, the rumor mills start churning months, sometimes even years in advance. Sometimes the rumors are dead wrong. Sometimes they are right on the mark. But what they always reveal is the level of expectation people have for Canon. That expectation matters because Canon is not just another brand. It's one of the biggest names in photography. And with that reputation comes pressure.